Hi, and welcome to the Good Works podcast. Today we have some very special guests in the office to help us talk about grant making. And as always, please stay tuned until the end when we're going to tell you what we're looking forward to in the community. Well, hi, Sarah.
Hi.
How's your summer been?
It's been incredible and
Has
busy.
it? And busy? You look
fun.
Tan.
Well, yeah, you know.
I
I'm
know.
bad with the sunblock.
No, hey, you look great. So today we have a very special guest in the office, and not just the one that's here in my lap. We're here with Erin Brucey from the Chemung County SPCA and Humane Society. Welcome, Erin.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for coming.
Of course.
So can you tell us who we have here?
So I have Luke, and this is Hans. They are two 4-month-old kittens that are waiting to be adopted. They're from the same litter.
And what I don't think our viewing or listening public can see is that this little guy's purring right now.
His eyes are actually closed.
Oh, I love kittens. So today we're going to talk about grant making, and actually the fact that we do a lot of different kinds of grant making that sometimes people don't realize. We also came up with an excuse to spend some time with cats, right? That's really what this is all about.
It is, yeah.
Okay. So Sarah, why don't you talk to us a bit about our grant making here at the Community Foundation?
Sure. So as I was thinking about this podcast, I was thinking about the phone calls that we get from nonprofits who may not be familiar with the kind of work that we do here. And one of their first questions happened to be, what's your issue area? What's the one focus? Right. What's the one thing that you make grants for? And I say, well, we are a community foundation. So imagine your community and all the different things that you need within a community to be happy and healthy and safe and productive. And I basically say, we fund all of those things.
Yeah.
Or we're willing to consider funding all of those things. So not only do we make grants for health and human services, but we make a lot of grants to support our animals and our shelters.
We do. Yes, we do.
And also to help the environment. So that's one of the other reasons why we have the SPCA here, other than, good time with kitties.
So yeah, why don't you talk to us, if you wouldn't mind, Erin, for a second. Tell us some of the things that you depend on grants for at the Humane Society. People might be they might think that all of your expenses are covered through tax dollars or adoption fees, and we know that is just not the case.
Not at all. We are completely nonprofit, so we rely heavily on grants and support from the community as far as funding for care for animals. One of our main goals is to keep pets in the home. So we have a lot of what we call safety net programs in order to help do that. So we host rabies clinics, we host free microchip clinics, which is all funded by a grant. And that is just for people in the community, for low-income families that deserve just as much of a right to have a pet as anyone else. So we like to help them out. And it's less pets in the shelter and more happy animals in their homes.
Yep. I know one of the last grants that the Community Foundation made to the shelter specifically were the new kitty corrals in the cat room. And they're so cool. If you haven't ever been there to visit, and within the last couple of years, you have to get in there because you can physically get in and pet the kittens and the cats.
It's made a huge difference other than just, aesthetics too. Like they're so much easier to clean.
Yeah.
So it's really helped keep, our sick kitty population down. And it just looks so much more beautiful in there. So it's really inviting.
You have 3 or 4?
3.
We have 3 of them now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
3. And these guys live together in one, so that's helpful too. They get to stay in there and they have a friend that lives in there with them. He's not part of their litter, but they all can hang out in there together and it's comfortable and inviting. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, we talk a lot about the Community Foundation helping improve the quality of life in the region. And I, for one, as a cat lover, I can't imagine a community that didn't have pets, cats and dogs, and some people it's their horses or maybe their guinea pigs. Sarah has some guinea pigs. What we know is that life requires a lot more than just the fundamentals. That we need more than just a hospital to be open or need schools to be open. We need things like the SPCA or museums or parks or recreation. And we talk a lot about human service grant making and cultural grant making. And I honestly would say I think the SPCA is an essential. I think it's part of that keeping us all healthy and alive. But no matter what kind of philanthropist you are, I think we can agree on this one.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't get much better than cuddling with some cats.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much.
Thanks for
Yeah.
having
I was just gonna say, I remember when we had done the 100 Classrooms project where we went in and talked to kids about philanthropy, and at the end they got to make their own grant. Part of that lesson in brainstorming, it would bring up the question, imagine your community without.
Yes.
How would it feel without a thriving river? How would it feel without a museum? How would it feel without a shelter, an SPCA?
Yeah.
And most of those little ones were like, oh my gosh, it would be horrible. They'd throw out these words and be boring, and it would be a disaster, and it just wouldn't be fun anymore. And so quality of life is so important. And without cats and dogs, and my quality would go
Way down.
Yeah.
Me too.
So Erin, how could someone watching or listening today make a gift to the SPCA? How could they find you?
Our website is chemungspca.org, and you can go on there and click, donate now. You can sign up for our newsletter. You can sign up for monthly donations via direct mail. We have a wish list on our website, so if you can't contribute monetarily, there are tons of items that we need. Or just come in and cuddle kitties if you have time to do that. That makes a world of difference too if you don't have anything that you can physically contribute. Just your time for the animals is super important.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for your time. And thank you too for your time today too.
You did very good.
I know. I have a feeling by the time you all get to see this out there in the world, they will probably be happily tucked into their forever homes.
Yes.
But just in case they're not, or you've been thinking about it, maybe it's time to think about adopting too. That's another way we can all support the SPCA is go check them out and see if your new best friend is waiting for you there. So Sarah, what's something you're looking forward to in the next couple of weeks here in our gorgeous Finger Lakes as we approach our favorite season?
I know,
It's almost fall.
I can feel it in the air already.
Yes.
One of the most exciting things, and although I'm not running in it this year, is the Wineglass half and full marathon. So that's the first Sunday in October. And it's just incredible to see the people that descend upon Corning and the Finger Lakes to participate and also spectate during the race and volunteer. It's a really, really cool time.
It is kind of a sparkly weekend in town, isn't it?
It is.
Whether you're running it or not.
Yep.
I will be running it, but it will be slow.
Right.
And I am looking forward to, this might be my favorite holiday, I kind of make it a holiday, the first day of school.
Yeah.
And not because I see all those memes online where moms are so excited it's the first day of school because the kids are going back. That's not exactly it. I love everything about the first day of school. I love school supplies. I love school clothes shopping. I love the buses rolling. I love seeing all of it. At home, we celebrate with a meal and I decorate like it's major holiday. It's one of my favorite things. I love seeing everyone's pictures of all their kids on the first day of school. Nothing is more important than school, and I just can't think of a better, more exciting thing to happen in life than everyone switching up into their new grade. So I'll be that person who's liking all those photos on Facebook, and I'll also be that person who gets sort of extra glue sticks and things because I still love school supplies. I can't help it.
I love the smell of
I love the
pencils and
smell of a
crayons.
good school supply. So there will be some drives happening. Please keep an eye out for those when you're somewhere shopping and you see the buckets and the bins.
Yeah.
Throw some extra folders in there, some extra pencils in there. This is a really expensive time for families. We can all pitch in and help out.
Yep, used backpacks, new backpacks, and
Yep.
there's lots of different drives like
It gets
that.
us right into coat drives.
Yep.
All of it, every little bit matters. We can all play a role in making sure every kid is going to have a great year. So that brings us to the end of this podcast. I don't really want to let him go, but I guess we'll have to. We are pondering an office kitty, so maybe we'll post a poll,
yeah.
and see what the community thinks. Should your community foundation have an office kitty? I know one vote over here. We'll follow up on that. Maybe we'll let you know. Two votes for office kitty. And so until next time, we hope you've enjoyed watching and listening as much as we've enjoyed doing this today. We look forward to our next conversation and the next Good Works podcast. Thanks a lot.